Hey guys, welcome to my channel. If this is your first time here, welcome in. My name is Lovely. Please make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell so you don't miss another video, and also share with your friends and family, especially if this video is very specific to them. So this video was highly requested by Jamaica. Shout out to you, Jamaica. We have strabismus. If you don't know what that is, strabismus is when you have a misaligned eye because the muscle in the eye is weakened due to nerve injury, some sort of dysfunction. It could literally be caused due to so many things. So as you can see, evidently I have a lazy eye. So this video was requested for me to talk about how I drive with strabismus, or how I drive with a lazy eye. So I've been driving for a little while now. It's been several years. I do have my driver's license. I'm currently in a truck. It's not my truck, but occasionally I will drive this car for errand purposes or to go to school or anything. But typically I am in a car, or I prefer to be in a car like an SUV sedan. I think those are a lot more easier to maneuver and to drive rather than a truck, but I make it work. So I would say driving with strabismus feels more comfortable driving with the car. I never feel different or uncomfortable driving a car, but with the truck it's just a lot more maintenance, a lot more provision, and a lot more care you have to consider. So with someone with strabismus, when I first learned how to drive, it wasn't such a big deal. I was taught the way you're supposed to drive. I was never treated any differently, so it came pretty easy. I never felt any different. I never felt that I had to do anything different to drive. I just think staying focused when you're on the road is important, as it is for anyone, whether you have strabismus or not. So when you're driving, you do want to pay attention to all of your surroundings. You don't want to just be stagnant, but when you can, you want to try to move your head a little bit and look at little things around you. Make sure you're paying attention to your blind spots, which are so important. You'll have cars caught up in your blind spots, so before you signal to make a turn and switch lanes, you have to turn your head a little bit to make sure no one's in that blind spot, because it's crucial to make sure that you're safe to turn. That goes for anyone who has strabismus or not. That's just a one-on-one driving protocol procedure. But anyway, for someone with strabismus, you just need to pay more attention than other people, right? If you have an eye that leans in or leans up or leans down or leans to the side like mine, you just want to be very critical and very crucial with what you are looking at, and you want to pay attention to the signs on the road and the cars that are next to you, and just pay attention to the road in general. Just be very attentive is definitely important. If you're someone who have any vision impairment in your strabismus eye, or maybe in both your eyes, you have to speak to an ophthalmologist about if it's safe for you to drive, if they give you the clear okay to drive. It's good to just know what your eyes look like and what the status of your vision is. If you wear glasses, that's even better. I wear glasses when I drive. I'm just not wearing them right now. But if you need a second opinion, it's good to make sure you speak to an eye doctor. Make sure you have good prescription that's going to help you on the road. If you have vision impairment and you have strabismus, I wouldn't recommend driving without glasses if you really need it. Most people don't wear glasses with strabismus. They have good vision, whereas myself, my lazy eye is a little bit visually impaired, so I do rely on my glasses to help me when I'm driving. So please be aware, if you have some vision impairments in your lazy eye, it is very crucial that you pay extra attention when you're on the road. You don't want to play around. You don't want to just keep looking straight, which is of course important, but you want to practice looking in different areas and direction and just get in the habit of picking up on little things on the road and being very attentive and very observant when you're driving. Don't just look straight ahead, but try your best to navigate the road and be aware of your surroundings, because things happen on the road every day, all the time. Even if it's not your fault, you can clearly see people just do whatever they want. I live in Florida where we can't drive. It's catastrophic out here. Okay, so yeah. But anyway, if you're also someone who has strabismus, regardless and despite whatever direction is going in, if you have one that kind of goes in or out or up and down, also be aware of depth perception when something can appear too close or too far from you. I do tend to have that issue nowadays. I don't think I've had that issue when I first started driving a couple years ago, but as I get older, my eyes also get older, your body gets older, everything ages, your vision gets worse, all these things happen. So wearing glasses is important, making sure you keep up to date with your prescriptions so you're able to see through them clearly and just do all that good stuff. But if you're someone who has bad depth perception, also be in mind that things may appear a lot closer than they do or a lot further than they do. So you don't want to rush when you're on the road. You don't want to be impatient when you're on the road. This goes for literally anyone, but people don't follow direction or instruction when they're driving. I just see people do whatever they want on the road here in Florida. It is incredible. But just do your best to keep a space between you and the car if you have depth perception. But if it's bad depth perception, again, consult with your eye doctor. I am not an eye doctor. I am not a physician. I am not anyone that could tell you what you can and cannot do, because I don't know the condition of your eye. I'm just here to spread my experience and to give a little insight if anyone wants to know how to drive with strabismus. But I cannot give you the okay. You would have to get professional advice from someone who is a lot more equipped to give you this information and tell you if you are capable and able to drive on the road. Now, also, if it helps, you don't have to drive alone. If you need that assistance or that confident booster, and just have someone in the car with you, if you are able to have someone in the car with you when you're driving from destination A or destination B, you want to have a passenger helper or a passenger friend who can just be that person that would help you in those moments. If that makes you feel good. I personally don't need one. I prefer to do things alone. I drive better alone. But it's preference. If that's what you prefer, I would recommend it. If it helps you, makes you feel safer, then go for it. If you're able to have someone who's able to be there. Of course, it doesn't have to be all the time, but if it helps you, you can consider it. And lastly, faith and confidence is what you're gonna need. Also, first, knowing how to drive. Okay, if you are first learning how to drive and you're young and you want to get on the road and you don't know how to drive, I will consider you to practice in deserted places that no cars drive by. A place, a parking lot, a deserted park, anything where there's little to no cars present, so you can feel comfortable practicing and practicing and practicing until you get very comfortable, and then slowly go into roads that are in neighborhoods rather than going on the main street, just neighborhood to neighborhood, learning how to stop at a stop sign and turning and using your signals and braking and all that stuff. And don't rush. I'm telling you right now, if you're a newbie, if you're young with strabismus, I'm telling you, the roads ain't that deep. It ain't that serious. There's nothing out there for you to feel impatient and feel like you need to rush to drive. It's better to be safe and to learn and to be highly equipped and know what you're doing. Okay, especially when you have strabismus, you have to be extra careful than the people who don't have it. But of course, even people who don't have it don't know how to be safe. But we're not going to get into that. But someone like us, we have to be more careful, more vigilant, more aware of our surroundings to make sure we're safe, but the people around us are also safe. So also keep that in mind as well. Be a good driver. Learn all the steps. I am not a driver teacher. I am not going to teach you how to drive. I'm not going to teach you the basics. You can learn on YouTube, or you can find a companion, someone in your life who can teach you how to drive, a friend or a family member. But I'm not here to navigate you in how to maneuver a car. That's something you would have to learn before you get on the road. But once you get on the road, you have to be confident. You have to have faith in God. You have to pray before you get behind that wheel and start driving into the world. You have to pray to God. Ask for covering and protection every single time. Let him be your covering. Let him be your refuge. Let him be your protector all the days of your life. Let him protect you and lead you to your destinations in one piece and in one haven, and that the people around you are also being protected and doing what they need to do to ensure your safety as well. So we pray for ourselves, we pray for the vehicle that we're driving and maneuvering, and we pray for the people that are surrounding us, because we don't know what these people are doing in their car. I see people all the time when they're driving in front of me, they're like kind of tilting and swerving, and I'm like, you must be on your phone, or you doing something in the car for you to lose focus and just keep like, you're just like, what are you doing? So some people just don't know how to drive straight. I don't know what it is, but just be careful, be patient on the road, take your time. I'm very, very caring on the road. I always say it doesn't matter where you're going, it's not worth the risk of your life. People are speeding, people are going crazy, people are chaotic, people are doing the most craziest things on the road, and it's like, for what? Where are you going that it's that deep and that serious where you can risk your life or the life of somebody else, and then you have to pay the penalty? Who wants to pay the penalty? Who wants to pay off somebody's damages and go through all this debt for what? Because we could not just take a moment to breathe and to be patient and to relax and chill and just drive at our pace. It's never that deep, but to each is their own. That's your consequence. That's your problem. So everything in life has a consequence, so just be aware of what you're doing. Look at every corner. Look at as many things as you can, the most important things. Get used to the signs. Be smart on the road. And that is all the things that I can honestly think of. It's very basic. It's very generic. If you have strabismus or not, the rules, the tips, the tricks all apply to everyone else. Unfortunately, I don't have any specific things that I do. I'm sorry if I wasn't a big help. I just don't have anything I do in particular because I have strabismus. I don't treat myself any different. I just get on the road and I drive the way that I know how to drive and make sure I'm a safe driver and a good one too. So there's nothing in particular that I can give you and hand off to you and some sort of unique thing that makes us stand out and make us better drivers because we have strabismus or we have a lazy eye. I just don't have anything. I never came up with anything. I'm just careful and I pay attention and I look at the things around me and I just try to be patient, and that's it. You gotta focus and Catch things before they catch you. And so yeah, so if I missed anything, or if you guys have any tips and tricks, you guys can leave that below in the comment section. I am so sorry if this video was not a big help to you. I honestly just drive, and I drive with glasses on, and I pray. I give my life to God every single day if I'm getting in this car. And I have faith in Him that He will lead me through any tragedy, any chaos, any issue, and that I am safe and covered by the blood of Jesus. And you need to do the same thing and pray to God that your life is protected in His hands. Always, every day. And you do that with confidence. You drive with confidence, then you will be confident in whatever you do. And those nerves and jitters and whatever that is making you feel anxious or worried will not be a part of you. You got to give it to God. The word says, cast all your anxiety onto Him because He cares about you. So if you're anxious about driving because you have this eye condition, just know that you are no different than the next person. You are loved and you're special just the way God made you, and you are loved by God despite your imperfections and despite whatever that you're going through. God treats everyone the same. So don't feel bad because you have strabismus. Don't cast yourself out. I've been driving for years. I started learning to drive at 15, but I didn't actually start driving on the road till like a few years later than that. But it just never stopped me from doing anything that I wanted to do. You can do just the same thing as the next person next to you who has aligned eyes or straight eyes. There's no difference between you and them. But you got to make yourself feel special. Okay? Be strong and courageous and bold when you step out into the world. Don't cast yourself out. You can do this. Practice, practice, practice. Work hard with driving. Find someone that you can trust who's also a good driver who can help you. Take your time and don't rush it. There's no need. Wherever you want to go is going to be there. Okay? It's going to be there for you. Make sure you're doing this for you, though. Take your time. Pay attention. Be attentive. Be careful. Again, look at every corner, every part, your blind spots, things in that nature, to make sure you are always safe and protected, okay? I love you guys. If you have any other requests, anything you guys want me to talk about, please leave it down below in the comment section. And if you know someone who has strabismus, you can also share this video with them as well, okay? But please stay tuned for my next video. I love you guys so much, but God loves you guys so much more.